Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Coffee Conversation Show, powered by the Emerging India Forum TIF and our technology partner Prime Infotech Solution. This is Stree Shakti series, and today's theme is navigating business development in cybersecurity. I am Jolly Singh, co-host at Coffee and associate with Prime Infotech Solution, and today we have with us Louella Dsouza, the dynamic director of marketing and business development at SIDR Solutions and Technologies Private Limited. With over 16 years of experience at Citi, Louella has seamlessly transitioned into the fast paced world of cybersecurity. Her leadership in driving business development and innovative marketing strategies has played a pivotal role in SIDR Solutions' success. Join us as we explore her journey from finance to cybersecurity, her approach to navigating challenges of a rapidly evolving industry, and how she balances her personal life with a demanding career. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thanks, John.
Ma'am, before delving into the conversation directly, let me just brief you about how the flow is going to be. So, we have three rounds in total. The first is the professional questions round. The second round is going to be the personal questions round, and we would be ending the entire conversation with a very fun rapid fire round. So, let's get started with the very first round, which is the professional questions round. And my very first question to you would be that in your role as Director of Marketing and Business Development at SIDR Solutions, what strategies have been most successful in expanding the company's footprint in the cybersecurity industry?
Okay, to give you a background, basically, the entire thing started gaining momentum during the COVID-19, okay, where the entire landscape changed on the cyber attack front. One is with the increased remote working methodology that employees started working from home. They started connecting to the company's network using their devices and personal devices, which were less secure. The other thing was the phishing attacks with fake health updates and the COVID information to trick employees. So the need for cybersecurity in the SME space started picking up very, very quickly. SME segment basically has a very small budget on the IT and cybersecurity requirements. So what we are focusing currently on is a entire solution covering governance, compliance, preventive and offensive cybersecurity services, and with a low budget cost so that the SME segment will be cyber resilient in future. So that's the entire package that we have developed and focusing currently on.
Okay, ma'am. So now that we are talking about SIDR solutions, can you share some of the key challenges that you had faced while working in the cybersecurity sector and how your leadership helped overcome those challenges?
Okay, to be honest, yes, the cybersecurity and IT is always moves at a jet speed. Okay, so keeping pace with that is one of the challenges. With newer attacks and more sophisticated attacks happening, the pace is at a jet space. Okay, and the other challenge that we face is from the AI front. So almost daily, 100 of AI products are coming in the market. Keeping abreast of the latest AI tools that are there in the market is a constant challenge for us. It is extensively being used by criminals and attackers. So this is AI is basically an industry which is we don't know where it's heading and what destruction it could happen. So the research firm, the team at our organization is always, on the watch out to see the damage that it can create and how we could, come up with solutions or research on certain solutions that would help the small and medium-sized industries.
Okay, ma'am. So, as someone who has been in leadership positions for a significant time, what advice would you give to women aiming for executive roles in industries like cybersecurity?
Yeah, I think women who have determination and are career focused, any stream will result in success. Okay, so the one advice that I would tell women is pursue your passion. Follow what excites you the most. Passion basically, fuels motivation and success. Embrace challenge, develop confidence. That will give you success automatically. The ratio of women in this area of cybersecurity is very low at the moment. It's a matter of time that, the shift will happen. It will happen in the immediate future as cybersecurity attacks are on the rise. The job opportunities also here are, on the rise. Pay scales are very, very promising. So definitely one is to encourage women and overall to encourage youth to take interest, to understand the career path and also understand the opportunities it will give you and how the pay scale also will bring a smile to your face, because that's the paying industry right now.
Definitely, ma'am. Ma'am, you also transitioned from banking to cybersecurity. That's a big change, actually. So, how has your experience at Citi shaped your approach to marketing and business development in a completely different and new sector?
Yes, so Citi was my first job. And after I graduated from college on the economic side, Citi has thrown me into the ocean, you could say, without actually helping me to swim. Very aggressive atmosphere, no guidance, but very strong empowerment. They empower you to take your calls so long as it is result oriented. Being in my formative years, Citi showed me that we are not here to help you, but we are here to guide you. That gave me a strong background. Tough bosses made me what I am today. So working in Citi, as the tagline says, if you worked in Citi and you face the challenges and survive, then you can work in any other place, right? So with the formative years where we had a lot of grinding, and thanks to my bosses, transitioning into a field which was not known to me, I discovered myself, did self-learning, did a lot of courses, and yes, moved with ease. A little struggle in the initial years, no doubt about it, because cybersecurity is not something easy. So, but with a lot of reading and help from Google, was able to transition into this phase. Yeah.
Ma'am, also marketing in cybersecurity can often be technical. So, how do you strike a balance between the technical jargon and creating user-friendly messaging that resonates with the non-tech clients?
Jolly, to be very clear here, when we market, okay, we are reaching out to the masses, right? People who know about it are not so, so inclined to them. When we market for any segment, for that matter, is the decoding is done. Jargons on technicals are never used for marketing. That comes in at the second stage. Also, when we look at cybersecurity, we are not looking at marketing a product. We are looking at solutions and service providers to the segment. So technicals will only come in at the discussion mode, not at the marketing phase.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, how do you see the cybersecurity landscape evolving in the next 5 years, especially with regard to the small and medium-sized enterprises?
Okay, so basically, the landscape in the next 5 years, the way forward is only AI. AI with your machine learning strategy is the way forward. AI is gaining momentum. Significant changes are happening. Threat intelligence is the way forward. That's one angle to it. The second is the transition to cloud. Companies are moving all their data onto the cloud. So cloud security is something that is really, really picking up. Cyber security awareness. Oh, yes, to general employees, because employees, as you know, is the weakest link. So doing cybersecurity awareness trainings is of key importance, as I could say. And yes, the other challenges are research and things like that, and low cost products, and the SME segment basically has to be cyber resilient. The regulators like, the RBI, SER, SEBI, are coming out with a mandate saying that you need to be cyber resilient, and if you do not do so, there will be high penalties as well. So that's the future, because the importance and the damage that the attackers do, business loss, actually 60% of the time SMEs have to wind up because they are not able to cope up with the damage. So that's the future. You have to be cyber resilient. Even your vendors, okay, so your chain of vendors also have to follow cyber resilience. Otherwise, a supply chain can also do a lot of damage to the company they are associated with.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, last question for the round. Who is your role model or mentor who has influenced you for your professional development?
Okay, so on my professional development, I'm a self-made person. Okay, so I have my own ways of going about doing what I think is right without looking for recognition. Having said which, on the professional side, okay, when I transitioned from service to business, right, I surely didn't have too much of the business acumen. So I approached a very close friend, and I would like to name him here. He is renowned in the industry for being a business coach. His name is Sandeep Modi. He has a lot of insights in the future. So uh, looking at the current company posture and the module, he has actually shaped us into what we need to focus on, how we need to do it, what should be our core business, and imbibing his policies and guidelines, we have tasted success. So there is where business has grown, because coming from a service background is very, very different. And our ways of looking at the world is also very different.
Definitely it is, ma'am. So, ma'am, that is it for the professional questions round. We are towards our next round, which is the personal questions round. And my very first question would be about the formative years, right from the school to college, to your first internship, then to your first job. How your transition has been, like how the journey has been till date.
Yes, as my name suggests, Jolly, I'm a Roman Catholic. I was
Oh.
raised up in Mumbai. My family support has been very unique, actually. I want to mention that. No decisions or behavior patterns were ever enforced, which I love. It was only the values and the principles that we had to follow, which was given by my parents. And that has shaped me into being a very, very, honest person, understanding different people, non-judgmental, and shaped me as a very strong individual. School years, yes, didn't focus too much on studies. That was, I mean, I couldn't see responsibility at that point in time, so I was a very naughty kid. Same thing happened during college. I graduated from St. Xavier's College in economics, which is one of the reputed colleges, both for the social side as well as for the education side. And I was more inclined to the social side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So St. Xavier's has also been one of the, I think, college years where I learned a lot. Okay. And yeah, good professors. And they taught me, grounded me, everything. So
That's amazing, actually, ma'am. Ma'am, how do you strike the balance between the high demands of a career with the family life and maintaining a balance, let's say, with the personal time as well? You often also need a personal space. So, how do you strike the balance between all those things?
jolly work-life balance, I think, is a challenge for every working woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. The demands of family and business in present day and needs, your attention all the time. Okay, it just requires resilience and support from the family. That is very, very important. I think the key things to remember is prioritize your task, basically. Learn to say no. That's very, very important, whether it's be at the office also or at the family side. Schedule time for oneself, because in your busy schedule, if you do not give even 15 minutes of the day to yourself, will actually land in disaster or depression, I would say. Delegate responsibilities. Don't take responsibilities all on yourself on the personal side as well as professional side. So initially, I didn't have a team. After that, I had a team, so delegating tasks, training them, mentoring them, really gave me a lot of free time for myself. So way back at home, also family, everybody had tasks to do, not only me, and also using technology wisely. That frees up a lot of time, right? That frees up a lot of time. So work gets quicker, it gets done quickly, and give me space for myself as well.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, are there any books or movies, shows that has particularly inspired you or influenced your leadership style for that matter?
Movies, I don't think too much of it is what I would focus on, but books, yeah, I love psychology. Okay, that's the other side of me. So I have done clinical psychology. So I used to pass my time by reading a lot of psychology books. So to name a few, you have Louisa Hay, Heal Your Mind, You Can Heal Your Life. Also Dev Trivedi, I Am the Mind, The Power of Now. Realizes the present moment is so important and that's all you have. Okay, so understanding people because I'm understanding the mind, the power of the subconscious mind. So I'm continuously reading on psychology. That's how I normally pass most of my time when I have the free time. And then when I have free time, so I also sing. So I love singing, which de-stresses me. Yeah, so these are the kind of books that I would recommend people to read who are inclined towards psychology. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense because then that's boredom.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, what are some of the personal milestones that you are proud of outside of your professional achievements, if you would like to share?
Okay, so I love studying and I continuously keep studying, looking out for fields. So my personal achievement in the last, say, 4, 5 years has been that I've been a certified life coach as well. So that's my passion. And I coach people on Saturdays, Sundays. I coach my staff as well because that's very, 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 very important. We have freshers, we have people who are juniors, first step of their ladder. So coaching is what I love to do. And I continuously coach them. I play the keyboard. So
Oh,
I learned the keyboard when I was in my 50s. So that's, and I really don't really bother about what society has to think or I'm the oldest member in the class. It never bothers me. So, I'm continuously learning. So that's what I did. I also follow my passion on a continuous basis. So whether it be singing, joining a choir, I do things to fulfill my own happiness and I gain that all the time.
that is amazing, actually. Like, you should always give time to yourself and take your needs and your interest as priority to as compared to what other things, what the society thinks, and not suppress our interest and our hobbies due to those outside people for that matter. And like, you are such an it is an inspiration, actually, ma'am. Ma'am,
Thank
if,
you.
how do you also stay connected to your community or give back outside of your professional responsibilities?
So the company that I have started, SIDR, is a 5-day work. So I have Saturday, Sunday to myself. I've joined a lot of church communities where we reach out to the needy. We help also children uh, study. We take tuitions, which we don't charge. In that sense, I give back to community and the needy, help people in whatever small way I can. And I really don't like to talk about it too much on. So yes, helping is my inner kind of passion as well.
Okay. If you are to describe yourself in one line, what line that would be?
I think you should ask my people subordinate. They'll give you a whole set of stuff, which may be not positive, but yes. What I think about myself is I'm very, very meticulous, task oriented, disciplined, and very ethical. Okay. So these are the stern side of me. And on the lighter side, I'm a very emotional person. And I like to help people who are in need.
Okay, ma'am. So that is it, ma'am, for the personal questions round. We are towards our last round, which is the rapid fire round. And as the name suggests, you have to be very quick with the answers. So let's get started with the very first question, that is, morning person or night owl?
Night out.
Favorite book or podcast that you recommend?
Favorite book is The Power of the Mind.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee,
What's your go-to travel destination?
Portugal and Spain.
One skill you wish you had mastered earlier in your career?
Being non-emotional.
Cybersecurity or banking?
Cybersecurity.
What's your favorite cuisine?
Chinese,
If you weren't into cybersecurity, what would you be doing right now?
I would be coaching.
Work from home or office?
Office, of course.
One thing that you can't start your day without.
Walking.
Okay. So that is it, ma'am, for today's conversation. This has been a wonderful experience, and I hope you enjoyed this as much as we did having you on this show. I again thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedule to have this session with us. It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Jolly. You've been a really good host, I must say.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And for our audience, please stay tuned to watch this and many other interesting YouTube uh, on our YouTube channel, the Coffee Conversation Show. Please subscribe to the channel, and we would be looking forward to another coffee conversation with another guest speaker. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining.
Thank you, Jolly. Bye bye.